Up, y'all? Winnie here, and as before I actually get into the game proper, I'm gonna go over what it says on the itchio page in case there's any warnings or anything. I can't really read this chunk here that's all in different language. I did get it in that bundle though, but they crossed that out because that's how I got it. Alright, folks, fantastic job. The bundle is over, but for a while I'll let people who donate regardless play the game for free. So have too much money? Ever wanted to spend exactly $4 for a 30-minute times 4 illusion of having both love and friendship? Ever wanted to be a lesbian with no discernible eyes seducing her or their gay best friends? You've come to the perfect place. For just $4 you can enjoy seducing your best friends times 3 gaily. Seducing one D&D commoner without a face, seducing a skeleton but platonically, romantic cryptid hunting. Romantic watching your date be really dumb. Romantic thievery, except it's Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Winning, stealing them from crying 7-year-olds with your date. Getting ding-dong blocked by your date's twin. Failure. Not suffering from existential crisis. Wow! Partake in redecorating your friend's new house by hiding all her toilet paper. Ability to say whack. Fight Prozac. Implied touching of Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Criticize your friend's pants. Milk babies? Dank guitar. Jimothy. Paying $4 for something not worth $4. Regret for aforementioned activity. Regret in general. Wow, so many experiences! Buy now to get a free imaginary steak knife, or don't, and taste our angry tears in all your food for the next 10 years! The choice is yours! Production by Frankie Wanky in 5 days, like made in 5 days. Our name is Frankie Wanky. Warning was largely based on 2018's Tumblr humor, so if that ain't your cup of tea, try to find all 6 ending. If you like money problems and can't afford the game or whatever, just email us or something, dude at frankiewinkle@gmail.com. So it doesn't look like there's any, like, warnings or nothing, but Dungeons and Lesbians. Okay, so, real talk. For me, that is so loud. I turned it down on OBS, but it's really loud for me. Alright, so, start. Frankle Winkle. Noi buddies. Hello, hero. It's good to see you. I wonder what made you pick this junk up. You probably even paid actual money for it. Money you could have used for better things, like donating to kittens, but your bad choice is your own. Let me show you what you look like. Don't question why you look like that. It's time to name yourself. What is your name? It's not MC, that's for sure. Let's go with what I usually go with. And you are... They, them. Welcome, Serena. The thing is, the world has always been one that longs for a hero. What's a hero? Someone who fills the world with change and splendor, with courage and love in their hearts. But remember, a hero isn't one person. No man is an island, or so they say. I might recommend for you to build up your relationships, be in touch with your heart so you can touch others. In other words, be as gay as your heart desires, you funky little lesbian. You're getting what you paid for. Venture thus unto the world and let your heroic tales unfold. Up. Level. You've arrived. Heck yeah, final boss. Heck yeah! Don't copy me, you nerd. Alright, shut it. It's my turn. I mean, Landon's gonna continue. It's Raffy. So you've all come to the end of your journey. Flames roar about you, trapping you in a cage of heat and noise. I don't know who's talking yet, so that's the voice I'm going with. Unnaturally high for your run-of-the-mill forest fires. Those ain't no ordinary flames. They're magic ones, casted by the very evil sorcerer. Yes, the one right in front of you, right now. Some old dude. You mere fools! You were foolish fools to think you could ever defeat I, Prozac the Powerful. The very evil sorcerer cackles, raising his staff high into the sky to your obvious defeater as though it aims. Hold it, fiend! A literal knight in shining armor, the tank of your party rises, basically blinding you in her glory. For eons, thou reigned eons of terror, pushing the innocence of this land into, a reign of terror. Well, no more. My trusty fellow allies of trust shall vanquish thee. Her heart-rending speech strikes a chord in all your hearts. You, her trusty ally of trust, cannot simply stand mutely mute. You two shakily get to your feet and look the very evil sorcerer in the eyes. I can either say, "I, cruel foe, for too long have God's mercy kept thee on this land. Thou shalt taste foolish fall as thou fail and stuff." Or, "Do you have a donkey? Because we're about to kick your ass." But I'm gonna say whack. What eloquent words! As expected of a bard, inspired by your poetry, the remaining member of your party too scrambles to a stand. With newfound unfamiliar valiantness, she points an accusing finger at the very evil sorcerer. Determination burning in her eyes, she opens her mouth, capturing the full attention of the enemy. "I have no part in this. I'm just in it for the money." In fact, she offers 10G to attack your party instead. Silence reigns across the dungeon. The sorcerer ponders the business offer. This is your chance. You throw your dank guitar at the asshole hunter while she's distracted. Are you Henry VIII? Because you sure are executing those perfect ideas as soon as they come. Ooh. You netted about half of the asshole's life. Good job, asshole destroyer. That sounded wrong. Nice shot. You stare coldly at the metaphorical blood on your hands. You have no regrets, but you do shed a tear for dank guitar sacrifice. The very evil sorcerer himself looks very confused. In fact, he hurts himself in his confusion. The very evil sorcerer falls to his knees. Now it's just time for the final blow. Paladin raises her brave sword, the hunter her bow, and you have nothing after smashing your dank guitar, so you don't really do anything. With a flash of blinding light, the evil ruler of this land is no more. Finally, the evil has been defeated. The dungeon is quiet. The roaring of the magical flames extinguished along with the sorcerer's defeat. The adventure, the quest you've all spent together, is over. This land shall suffer under his iron fist of cruelty no more! Thinking that should clear your hearts, but for some reason, you feel a sense of emptiness within you. Have you ever felt that sense that something is missing? Like there's a hole inside of you that you have to fill. This empty feeling. You know what it is. Hunger. What? What? Nod knowingly. We're taking a break. I want sandwiches. Ignoring your friend's protest, your GM strolls leisurely to her kitchen. This D&D session can't really continue without her here, so you just stew in silence. Well, I was getting a bit tired. It's due for a break. Nah. Having become interested in D&D lately, you and your friends have been pretty into this nerd crud. Speaking of, what have you decided to name your character? Give your very cool character a name. How long can the name be? Yeah, no, you actually named your character Sir Swaggerballs. No! Fine, you can name your name can be Sickly or the Badass or whatever, I guess. Anyways, you suddenly get a very particular and strong desire to introduce your friends to yourself. You wonder briefly why ever you would feel this urge as someone familiar with them already, but whatevs. Think about the Paladin. The Paladin is run by Raffi over there. She's the sweetest girl you've ever met. Once she gave you an entire bowl of sweets. Sure, it was a bowl mixed with M&M's, Skittles, and tiny rocks that looked like sweets. But it's the thought that counts. Think about the Hunter. Monster Hunter. The Hunter is run by the gremlin over there. Her name is Gwen, and she's small. You have a long, deep-seated desire to throw down with her once and for all. She is your sworn enemy. Think about the Game Master. The campaign is run by Lena, who just went to her kitchen. She's what you call cool and aloof, maybe a bit of a mom friend since she got her own place. That's where you're at now. She always chides us for leaving milk out in the open. You also suspect she is secretly a genius. It's the glasses. Think about that random dude in the background. What random dude in the background? Oh, that's Jim. Where is Jim? I don't see him. Oh, that's Jimothy. Just an ordinary boy. Say hi to Jimothy. Yeah. You say hi inwardly, hoping your thoughts reach his ordinary heart. It totally did. Okay, think about you. That's you, a singy boy. Also known as the Bard, the adventure poet, and completely useless, you feel it reflects your true soul. It's your first time with D&D, but you've already concluded that the Stingy Boy is the best class objectively. Who cares if you had 0 attack or defense points? You got to seduce everything. Your little doodle of dank guitar brings nostalgic tears to your eyes. I want to continue what I was doing, which is not introducing people. Sure, fine, whatever. You return to your boring life full of not introducing. In your stupor, you realize most of your friends have moved off to different sides of the room, eager to explore Lena's new house. They hide to Jimothy. You call out to Jimothy, who's watching TV. Hey. Hi. Jimothy goes back to whatever brain-rotting program he's watching. Off to Gwen at the table. Approach. You hit me with your guitar! Why did you do that? You had it coming. You don't regret your guitar smashing one bit. Make small talk. What are you doing? Oh, nothing. Yet. Have you watched Infinity Wars yet? No? Captain Iron dies. You no longer want to make small talk with Ravi. I'm all up in your kitchen. What you doing? Making sandwiches. Wanna help? You can help out Lena and then hang out with the others within your break time. Yeah. You start helping out. What a nice house guest you are. You decide to criticize Lena's pants to even it out. I've said this already, but your pants are terrible. Hey, my house, my rules. He gives a cool shrug. It is so cool, the room temperature instantly falls by 10 degrees Celsius. Damn, maybe she secretly is a genius. Awed by her sheer coolness, you only realize after a while the sheer number of sandwiches you're making. Whoa, that's a lot. It's for everyone, too. That's really nice of you. Lena looks a little pleased as she finished up the stack of sandwiches. I'm not really. I'm just used to taking care of my twin brother. I was always the more mature one. No wonder. Kinda curious what you were like as a child, actually. I still have the pictures. I'll show you if we have time. I'll take the sandwiches to the table. Could you maybe help me put the milk back in the fridge so the milk babies don't die? The what? You know, the milk babies. They die if you don't put them back in the fridge. That's why the milk tastes bad when you leave it out, you know. And it chides you gently as she leaves you in abject confusion and more confusion. Milk? Babies? Could it be Lena's dumb? No way. No way, you say, but the mystery nags at your mind. There's no way she's actually not smart. Right? Mystery of Lena added. I will spend the break with Gwen. Gwen is fiddling on her phone, furiously typing something. You vaguely catch some photos flash past her screen. You have time to sit down to figure out what she's doing before hanging out with others within your break time. Yeah. Gwen glares at you or stare curiously. You can never really tell. As soon as your eyes glance over, the phone screen turns black. How dare she try to protect her privacy by turning her phone off? What was that? It's nothing! I'm becoming a nerd. You're the nerd. I'm not a nerd. You're the nerd. You are. Your face is a nerdier nerd. Stop yelling, you two. We just finished playing D&D. You're both our nerds. Under Rafi's infinite wisdom, you enter a grudging truce. I can't believe you smashed your guitar. It was your dank guitar. You gently correct her. The term is dank guitar. Anyways, didn't you love that thing? Now I can air guitar. Why would you do this? Gwen opens her mouth to say more, but is distracted by a ping on her phone. This is your chance. You may be a complete idiot with 2 remaining brain cells, but you do have a sharp eye for chances. What are you even looking at? Gwen raises her head in a daze. Cryptids. What? Nothing, go away! As Gwen rejects further conversation, the question nags at your mind. Could it be Gwen has a relation to cryptids, or the mystery is seriously nagging at your mind? Mystery of Gwen added. Lounge on the sofa with Rafi. What you doing? Oh, you know, just resting. Want to chill with me? You can chill with Raffi before hanging out with the others within your break time. Yeah. You oblige, gently placing yourself next to Raffi. The cushion you're on bends from your weight. How are you doing? I'm having fun. That's great. I don't really care, but that's great. Contrary to her words, you spot a small grin on the corner of her lips. When she turns back to you, it has smoothed back into her usual peaceful, laid-back smile. Peaceful and laid back, like usual. Want to help me draw in Lena's bathroom mirror with permanent markers? Offering to help decorate her friend's house? How thoughtful! You're touched by this kind gesture of Lena. Agree. It's a duty to help such a thoughtful deed. You get it from the couch, tagging along with Raffi to the toilet. Or so you were about to, until a wild Jimothy blocks your way. Oh, that's Jimothy. I thought that was supposed to be me. I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Raffi and Serena. And who are you to stop me? Someone who owns this house. That is a lie. All three of you know full well this place belongs 420% to Lena, blaze it. But Jimothy doesn't have a single heck to give. Well then, what are you gonna do about it? Her tone is challenging, insulting even, but somehow, it is Jimothy's responding gaze that sends goosebumps along your spine. Raffi, I know that you know that I know a lot of things about you, like your true identity. Like what? When you're... Raffi's already holding your hand and dragging you away back to the couch. How assertive. Maybe next time, Serena. Jokes aside, it's the first time you've seen Raffi this shaken, not stirred. You can't stop wondering about what happened. What did Jimothy mean about her past and her identity? I feel like it's an AO3 joke. The mystery nags at your mind. The mystery of Raffi added. There's going to be a mystery of Jimothy. Hey! Hi. Goes back to whatever he's watching. Okay, there's no mystery of Jimothy. Just as you figure you're done talking to your friends, a wild Jimothy approaches. You briefly wonder if this is how wildlife encounters feel. Hey! Jimothy just nods back. You realize you don't know anything about Jimothy. He's always there when you come over to Lena's house. Lena just introduces him as Jimothy when you first met. You would think he's her lover or whatever, but Jenna's about as straight as a ruler. A bendy ruler. And, to be honest, you've always been too afraid to ask. Didn't she just say she has a twin brother? Or is that not who Jimothy is? Why are you always being on the couch? Like the couch. You don't know how to answer that, and Jimothy speaks no more. Now that Jimothy's silent, you start to reflect by yourself. Hi, Kermit. It's been real fun, but talking to your friends has given you something you've become really, really curious about. You really want to figure out the mystery of Lynn and something about milk babies? Well, you guess you do. You'll do your best to figure that out. Your inner monologue is interrupted by Lena's voice and also a pile of sandwiches. Everyone get your asses here, intermission's over. With everyone until you shamble over, you realize this is a good chance to ask something. Wait, I have a question. Who the heck is he? He's my bitch. And it turns to Jimothy on the couch. Give me 3 glasses of beer. No. And it turns back. This incident will not be remembered in history. So instead, Lena, no, the game master, clears her throat. As her words fill the space of the room, everyone feels themselves transitioning into the fantasy land of their creation. Oh, and the sandwiches, they're delicious. Finally, some good fucking food. It said 2018 Tumblr humor, but this is like peak first 4 acts of Homestuck humor, which I guess is probably the same thing. I don't remember what year Homestuck started. I want to say 2016, but I'm also old and forgetful. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's finally over. The land is free. You're free from this heavy burden the world has placed on your shoulders. No more innocent blood shall be shed. No more civilians shall cry for mercy. The evil sorcerer has been felled. As you emerge from the dungeon cave place thingy, you shield your face against the blinding light of the sun. Wait, wasn't it night? You realize the blinding light is the light from the torches of the soldiers here to capture you. Why is Jimothy here? Turns out, murder is illegal. What? We killed a bad guy! I mean, we vanquished an evil foe for justice. Hey, get out of my face! According to the law, murder is illegal, but ruling your land with evil sorcery and threats isn't. Curse outdated laws created for those in power that make no sense in its application. Luckily, you haven't been discovered yet. You roll for charm. Getting a 15 or higher means you'll be successful. Let's roll. I'm gonna fail. You rolled 19. The god of dice has smiled upon you, and you were successful. With a not evil grin upon your face, you successfully evade the law. You probably commit tax and fraud too, you absolute criminal. A murder charge upon your name, you managed to sneak away. Crap. Jimothy, a commoner, sees criminals trying to get away. Alerted by a nameless commoner, the soldiers immediately zero in on you and your friends. As the soldiers cast a sleeping spell on you, the last thing you see is Jimothy. I'm sorry, Lynn, friends. You know I had to do it to him. Why is he here? I wanted to feel included. And I let him. Because I'm the Game Master. Curse the almighty power of the Game Master, there's absolutely nothing you can do. But I rolled a 19 for the charm, though. Rude. Moving on. You all wake up in prison. You also all curse Jimothy. Your Game Master kindly reminds you that stabbing Jimothy is not allowed. We need to break out. You wholeheartedly agree. Unfortunately, without your trusty dank guitar, you feel a little down as a bard. But your line of bards were born to be free. In fact, you couldn't even wait 9 months to be born. You came out in 7. Everyone tells you that's not a good thing. That tells you that's not a good thing as a hater and should be ignored. The guard is right out there. Steal the keys. Use raw strength and power. Literally break out. There must be some way to leave. Examine your surroundings. Not a bad idea. You turn to the wall. An ominous skeleton is chained to the wall, implying the doom you may face if you don't hurry the heck up. Examine the spoopy skelly boy. It's just a skeleton. A friendly-looking man, but that's it. Or is it? You can't help but feel there's something more to this skell than it seems. Something more heroic and really supportive. Exactly because of that, the paladin instinctively kicks the skeleton over. A guard hurries to your cell, tears in her eyes. Leave Bob, the emotional support skeleton, alone! The spoopy skeleton on the wall has a name now. Make peace with Bob, the emotional support skeleton. You use your sudden charming skills as a bard to roll seduce Bob, the emotional support skeleton. I probably should have seen this coming. Bob, the emotional support skeleton, is charmed and soothed by your kind words. Ow, my leg. With your help and your company, Bob, the emotional support skeleton, is able to overcome his long-lasting fear of commitment. Turns out, the true emotional support skeleton was inside you all along. Now willing to be brave under your new friendship, Bob, the emotional support skeleton, makes to propose to his boyfriend. Everyone, especially the guard, is extremely touched by the turnout of this event. Good job! The guard, moved by your compassion, agrees to help. What? The truth is, this place has no key. What? The guard explains that this particular cell has been enchanted with a powerful spell so unnecessarily powerful, everyone wonders why they did that. The only way to open is to reach the time for judgment, or to obtain that. That? Explain that, wench! Much to your surprise, a low laughter emerges from the cell beside you. That, huh? How foolish, no one has seen that in centuries. Quiet, prisoner. Pray tell, what is that you speak of? What's the point of knowing something you can never have? But very well, I like the look in your eyes. That is a girlfriend. Girlfriend? I see, a girlfriend. Of course it was the girlfriend. Or they're just saying GF. Why are your friends so cool with it? A girlfriend? You need a girlfriend to break out of prison? You seriously consider the logistics of a girlfriend in breaking out of jail? I mean, you do want a girlfriend regardless, but presumably among your very hot best friends, but it's true that it's impossible. No one has seen a girlfriend in this land for ages. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's against the law now to make a girlfriend or bringing a foreign girlfriend here. What's the deal with girlfriends in this land? Does this place discriminate against girlfriends? Though you could always make them in private. A whole bunch of girlfriends, that is. You want to do that? How do you do that? You really need to know how to do that. Just seeing a girlfriend is enough for me to arrest you. They're dangerous, after all. Guns and firearms, that is. Oh. You knew that. You totally knew that all along, yeah. From the way your friends avoid your gaze, it seems they were clueless as well. Well, studies from a long time ago shows that guns and firearms violence is directly linked to the availability of... I feel like they might be saying both now. Only a really stupid country would allow GFs while knowing that. Right? Unfortunately, shading a certain country has made trial time arrived. Curse the illusion of the passage of time, you even try blowing up the wall in the last-ditch attempt, it doesn't work. The guard just looks at you in this really shameful pity that makes you avoid her gaze. As you are led away by the guard, you ask the mysterious stranger one last question. Wait, tell me, what is your name? You hear low laughter. My name? Jimothy. Okay, break time. Jimothy! I wanted to be included again, and I let him. Again. Okay. What, you got a problem, huh? What you gonna do about it? Curses, the gem has ultimate power and you cannot defy her. Also, someone can't come to the store with me to buy drinks. I'm gonna come. Let me go with you. Someone's gotta stay to watch the house and Jimothy's disappeared for some reason. I'm gonna take the bullet like a big damn hero. I'll stay behind, I don't want to move anyways. Really? Well, then I'll let you pick whoever here to go with you. Oh, bless the undefiable power of the GM. Quick, pick someone you want to stay home with. I'm a grown-up. I can handle this. You sure? I just gave you ultimate power. Yeah, I think Jimothy's somewhere in the house anyways. Don't get lonely or whatever, I guess. I misunderstood that as letting all three of them leaving. Don't burn the house down. Before they leave, you request them to buy you a Pepsi Zero. They refuse, so you vow to curse them with your dying breath. Once they're gone, you decide to lounge on the couch. You just want to appear. Why are the cushions in a pile? You think you can probably stand to take one, so you walk over, pick up a cushion. Stop yelling, it's just me. Jimothy. What are you doing there? Big me. Did my sister and co ditch you? Sister? Wait. Suddenly you remember, Lena had a twin brother. You realize that twin brother is right in front of you. Oh. My character is stupid. You plan to continue to pretend you have known this all along. I'll have you know, I volunteered for the greater good. Was this where you were all along? Timothy stares at you unsettlingly. Do you take that as a yes? You. Do you have anyone you like here? Like? Ah. Here's a tip. If you like someone, try focusing on them a lot more, especially during break time. They say girls want flowers and all, but really, all they want is for you to choose to spend time with them, you know? What are you talking about? Do you have anything you want to know? Well, she's evil. Ah, I mean, I know that, but she's hiding something. Like, in her teens? Something scandalous. I got something you to find out, though. Thanks? Also, her name, Raffy, stands for giraffe. You think he's joking? Or is he? About Gwen? Somehow, I don't really know her that well. My sister's been friends the longest with her, but, well, she seems really passionate about things she has an interest in. Like, for some reason, she's been dragging my sister out at least once a week recently, and they come back really late. Maybe you can find out what that's even about. The cryptids, probably. About Lena. Ah, my sister. We grew up together as twins, so it's easier to tell you what I don't know about her. I can tell you something no one else really knows about her. What do you mean? The truth is, my sister, she's secretly really, really dumb. What? Why not for yourself? And about you. I'm Jimothy. Yeah, I know that. Let me ask you a question. With great power comes great responsibility, yeah? Uh-huh. If a man holds knowledge others don't, that will crush his loved ones if they find out, and the man himself doesn't have the ability to help once he divulges it. Would you consider this power? If so, does the man have a responsibility to protect that knowledge? Yes? Your judgment has been noted. What? I'm gonna go pee. Timothy left. What? Soon after your internal turmoil, your friends return with food and a Pepsi Zero, even though your disgust is evident on their faces. Nice. Curses shall not befall them in your dying breath. It takes a bit of a scuffle to return to each of your seats. Soon enough, though, the game master clears her throat. And it begins. This seems longer than half an hour. The trial for the murder of the... Oh, this is just the Phoenix Wright thing scribbled over. The trial for the murder of the victim, Prozac, very evil sorcerer McEvil, commences. The Queen Majesty herself is the judge. The thought! She is not a thought. She's a hard-working queen. What do you think, Cycleo the badass? If she breathes, she's a thought. Ignoring you all, the judge picks up the gavel and knocks it against the stand. The trial commences! I wasn't expecting her name to be Queen Thought. After the opening statement accusing you three of a heinous crime of murder, terrible, the prosecution calls the witness to the stand. If all your playthroughs of phonetics rights are to be believed, this is the bit where you can prove your innocence. Better keep your wits sharp, Cycleo the badass. The guard of the prison comes to the stand. As a guard to this kingdom, it is my duty to be observant, and obviously these three criminals hate rocks. What? What? Nuh-uh! Some of my best friends are rocks! When I found that they were viciously attacking a stone wall, look what I found at the scene of the crime! The guard holds up a rock. Somehow you recognize it as one from the cave. The rock is smooth, like really smooth. It's nearly a pebble, but not quite. It's still a rock. Hold up. I examined the rock. Why would you need to examine a rock? What if that rock is poisonous? What if touching it kills you? The choice of a lifetime dawns upon you. Touch the rock. You gently boop the rock in wherever its rocky nose is. Nothing happens. You risked your life just to disprove my theory? For me? I'm so touched. I mean, disgusted. You inwardly appreciate her appreciation for your boundless bravery. Wait! The court whispers among themselves. I realize this rock is crucial evidence that we are innocent! With a jolt, you realize what she's talking about. Quick, this is your time to help out. I don't know what. The smoothness of the rock proves the sorcerer was attacking us first, probably. Rafi shares a rare approving smile in your direction. You beam. You hear Gwen tutting in the background. You see, sires, this proves exactly that our actions were justified self-defense. Please look at this rock. The judge cranes and observes it. You have no idea what's up. Did the sorcerer somehow carve a written confession on it? Smooth, is it not? This smoothness shows the sorcerer was in fact using the high magical powers to burn our surroundings to a false degree. Using the magic he was so proud of. But you can use fire magic. We just saw you try to explode out of the prison. Ha! That is but a magic missile. As evidence, you can look in the cell we were just at. The rock should be jagged. What an amazing deduction. The court whispers amongst themselves until the judge bumps their gavel. Order in the court! Having listened to both sides, it is very obvious the verdict is not guilty. Really? You're free! You and your friends get charged with a small fine anyways, but victory and freedom is sweet. Congratulations, hero. Not only have you purged this land of evil and saved your friends' hides, you have also gotten scot-free of murder. And really, what more could a hero want? You celebrate joyously with your friends, wishing more than ever for your dank guitar so you could play a happy little tune. Sacrifices have been made, but it has been done. You have earned your happy ending. And today's campaign ends. Good job, guys. Thanks, Lena. That was fun, I guess. It's already late at night, huh? With a shock, you realize it's past midnight, way past cool, and how fortunate that you're the only one without a car. While you're calculating taxi fares, though, your friend's voice calls out to you. Why don't you stay over, Serena? You can stay the night on the couch with Jimothy. He stays over sometimes, too. That's really nice, actually. Can I do that? I don't mind. Thank you. You say your goodbyes to your friends as they leave one by one. They seem oddly shy as they tell you they enjoyed themselves. You hope you can hang out with them more. It's soon time for bed. You insist you're taking the couch, which is huge as hell anyway. Lena reluctantly agrees. As you get ready for bed, you realize there's a lot more cushions on the couch than there were before. Is this the twins' way of preparing for sleep? Sure looks comfy. You think about your friends and wonder what the future will hold in store. Happily, you get ready for bed and shift the cushion to make it more comfortable. Jimothy. Jimothy! You're left with me now. As his powerful eyes pierce deep into your soul, you realize you cannot resist him. What? What? They gave him the yaoi chin. Ending Jimothy on the couch. I think I'm probably willing to do more endings on my own time. This game is great. All hail Jimothy, apparently. This game is great. There's gonna be a link in the description to the itchio page if you want to check it out. But this game is great. If you liked it, a like and subscribe will be groovy. If you want to click the bell, you can do that as well so that you're notified of future uploads. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Later.